Hi, it's Olivia Bassi from Empowerment Junction podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's all too relatable. When people hate you, or when people are hating on you for no apparent reason. Or sometimes their hatred has a reason, it's just not apparent. So, what do you do when someone's disdain for you seems to come out of nowhere? And you know you've done nothing to warrant it. And you know you haven't done anything to them. You know you haven't stolen from them. You haven't gossiped about them. You just don't quite understand where this hate is coming from. And after some soul searching, you realize that this is just a kind of hate that is rooted in envy. Now, it's important to know that whenever your presence diminishes somebody else's significance, you are going to deal with haterism. I'll say that again. Whenever your presence diminishes somebody else's significance, you are going to deal with haterism. Hate, particularly hate rooted in envy, is the mind's way of protecting the ego from dealing with insecurity. So if you're dealing with an individual who has to be the shiniest object in the room, by that I mean they are the type of person who believe, they can be the only one who are gifted. They are the only person who can have talents. They are the only person who can be a valuable employee on the job. They are the only person who can make a great meat pie, as an example. Or they're the only person who can sing the best in a choir. And then here you come along wanting to sing, or come along with your meat pie that is delicious too. How dare you? Whatever the issue is, I hope you get my point. Whenever you're dealing with somebody who has to be the shiniest object in the room, and they believe that for you to shine means that somehow they are diminished, and they don't realize that the world is big enough for everybody to shine. The Bible, for those who love the Bible, says your gifts will make room for you. And it's so true. You don't even have to look at the Bible. Everybody's gifts will make room for them. And it's important when you are with this type of a person to realize that there's enough room for the planet for everybody's gifts. Whether you're a visionary, a problem solver, a dancer, a musician, a creator, whatever, a cook, the list goes on. There is enough room for diversity. By diversity, I mean everybody's gifts, talents. There's enough room for everybody in this planet. Who's here now? There is room enough on the job, in your neighborhood, or in your personal life. And I know sometimes you get on that job, or you get to that neighborhood, or in whatever situation in your personal life, you get around people who will try to diminish you, minimize you, ignore your presence, talk about you, gossip about you, spread lies, total lies. They are people who will tell lies on you, and that's how deep their resentment goes, simply because you are showing up for life, doing what you do, giving it your all, and there are people who just won't like that. Because they somehow think that your shine takes away from their shine. They somehow think that your hustle and grind, you're out here hustling or out there hustling, you gotta do what you gotta do to grow your business if you work for yourself, or you just do what you do at work and you do it brilliantly. There are people who will not like it or will not like you because of it. I want you to know that their hatred of you, not about you, It's about their own insecurities. And sometimes when we are on the receiving end of that type of hate, and this is where I want to be very, very clear, it can cause you to diminish your light. It can cause you to stop really, participating in life and showing up in life, or showing up for life as your full self. And it can cause us not to bring our gifts to the table. And when you bring your gifts to the table, it really is a gift, because we need it all. We need all the problem solvers. We need all the creative people. We need all the writers, the musicians, the singers. We need the cooks. We need everybody who's brilliant at anything to bring it there. We need people who can look at something very, very quickly and tell us what is wrong. And we also need visionaries. As I say, your gifts will make room for you. Now, here's the thing about shade, or people who bring shade to you. Because a lot of time when you're dealing with someone who's hating on you, whether it's on below or whether they're openly hostile, right? Like openly hostile, but I mean hostile, they're sucking their teeth, giving you the side eye or rolling their eyes. Whenever you raise a hand to talk in a meeting, they're like, oh gosh. And they're making it pretty apparent that they don't like you, and they're giving you what I call the mean girl treatment or the mean guy treatment. And they're running up the truths, meaning they're getting other people on their side, turn against you. And these people, you know what about these people who are going to turn against you? They never really liked you anyway, let's be honest. They never liked you. When you meet such type of people who have they've turned against you, it's one of two things. It's either somebody's mind can be influenced and they don't know you, or they've never had a conversation with you and they're trusting the opinion of a gossip, somebody who has malice and larceny in their heart over you. Then it shows you one of these three things. They never liked you, they're weak-minded, or they don't have a backbone. True. Think about it. So why would you even worry about somebody who never liked you anyway, who's weak-minded and who has no backbone? Now, they might have a backbone to be loud and disrespectful, because that's what these people do. That's not having a backbone. That's having no class. They don't have a backbone to get to know you for themselves, to put away the insecurities and to see the light within themselves. Yes. That's really where the issue is. The only reason, and I'm going to demonstrate this, when a person or when an individual puts on their shades. Think about it. Got my shades on now. When a person puts on shades is when they're in the direct path of the sun or the light. When they are overwhelmed by the brilliance of the sun or the light, that's the only time they put on shades. So what that means is that your light, your loving spirits, your gifts, your talents, the fact that your confidence, your self-assurance is so blinding, it's so brilliant. You give us so much light when you enter a room. You don't even have to open your mouth. Your energy goes ahead of you. Your energy speaks for you. And people hate you because of this. So they feel the need to throw on shades, because when you enter a room, your brilliance lights up the room. And they don't realize that they have that light too. That's the sad thing about haters. Yeah, they have the light too, but they're so busy looking at your light, looking at your brilliance. Instead of using that energy to focus on themselves, they're busy using that energy to focus on you. All they have to do is ignite that power from within, and they will see how powerful and how gifted and how truly talented they are in their own right. Now, everybody is not going to be a great singer. I'm not a great singer, but I love singing. I'm a terrible singer, but I love singing. I'm terrible in many things, but I'm good in many other things. Now, everybody's not going to be a prolific writer. Everybody's not going to make the meanest meat pie. I'd love to make the meanest meat pie. I don't. I'm just using that as an example. But there is something you do well. And if you get your focus off other people and focus on fine-tuning you, there is never a reason to be jealous of somebody else. Now, the beauty of life is diversity. We all come with diverse gifts, talent sets. Now, I want to use this example. Think about this example. For those who celebrate Christmas, or for those who've ever decorated a Christmas tree, every ornament, no matter the size, shape, color, every ornament on that Christmas tree contributes to the tree's brilliance. Similarly, there is enough light for everyone to shine in their own way. So it's really important that you don't personalize what other people's haterism, because you will make yourself crazy. Try to change who you are and dim your light for people whose hatred is rooted in envy. And see, the reason why they hate you, it's because it's easier to say that I can't stand her. She thinks she's all that. I hate her guts. I can't stand looking at his stuff. I hate the fact that they have this and they have that. It's easier for them to sit and count your blessings and to worry about what you have and how you're growing and how influential you are than it is for them to look at their own life and put in the work. That's it. In the words of Lauryn Hill from the Fugees, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Now, I want to come back to those who are facing this hate. I want to urge you to remember you can't worry about people who are on the sidelines if you're in the game. Because we're in the game. This is the game of life. And I want to use this example of footballers who sometimes face racist abuse or monkey chants in the game, or basketballers who are in the game. LeBron James is one of them. Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, all those big footballers who sometimes you read in the news, or my sons tell me this has happened. Now, these people always have somebody. They always have somebody on the sideline who's critiquing them and who's always going to be the critic. You even hear it sometimes saying, oh, it's done this and it's done that. They're going to critique what you do. That's what they do. That's what haters do. And sometimes, yes, there's a positive criticism. And that normally comes from the coach. And do you know why you can't worry about these types of people? If, for example, they are the ones who are shouting monkey chants. If, for example, they are the ones who are hurling racist abuse. If, for example, they are the ones who are constantly the naysayers. You can't worry about them because they are not playing the game. You are in your game. Do you think, as an example, LeBron James or Marcus Rashford making millions of pounds, making millions of dollars, who is in the game, has the time to worry about the people in the bleachers, the people in the benches, the people in the sidelines who are screaming, saying negative stuff and saying how much they can't stand them? No. If they would pay attention to that, that would take their focus off the game. Now, in the game of life, I want to urge you to bring your brilliance. Bring your brilliance wherever you go. And always remember, when people put on shades, right? When they throw shade at you, the only reason a person is throwing shade is because they're in the direct path of your sun, of your brilliance, of your light. So you keep on shining. You keep on being beautiful. You keep on being gifted and talented. Your gifts will continue to make room for you. They'll even grow bigger. Now, I want to conclude by summarizing on these two key areas for those who are facing this hate. Number one, recognize your worth. Never let others' negativity cause you to dim your light. Never. The world needs your gifts and talents. Focus on your strengths instead of worrying about others' opinion. Their envy prevents them from seeing their own potentials and blessings. The second one, don't ever personalize it. Don't ever take it personally. Their hate isn't about you. It's easier for them to tear you down than to address the insecurities and work on their own growth. Instead of focusing on what they don't have, they fixate on what you have, on your blessings. They're your blessings. Baby girl, take your blessings, bag them, and get a bigger bag because they're going to grow. Now, your task is to change yourself, isn't to change yourself, I beg your pardon, or shrink to make others comfortable. Instead, let your gifts shine brighter, knowing you're walking in your purpose. And I want to conclude, when people hate you for no reason, remind yourself their issue isn't with you, it's with themselves. Pray for them if you want to. Wish them well, but keep moving forward. Get a bigger bag because your blessings are going to grow. Focus on the people who support and value you. Most important, keep shining your light unapologetically. And as Lisa Nichols says, never dim your light for the sake of others. And with that, I want to thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourself and always remember, you hold the pen that writes the chapters of your life. Make your story a great one. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.